Happy Friday, Tallahassee. It was a glorious day out as the sun is still shining over Doak Campbell Stadium. Absolutely glorious end to the week. 6 o'clock, time for FSU weather. So let's take a look outside right now. 74 degrees, plenty of sunshine to end off this glorious week of weather. Taking a look at temperatures around the area. 73 in St. Mark, 74 in Tallahassee, 72 up in Donaldsonville, and 70 in Valdosta. Taking a look at our live radar, we got nothing to see. Nice, clean sweep, clear day, and plenty of sunshine to go around. So what are we going to be talking about tonight on tonight's edition of FSU Weather? It's Easter weekend, and we're going to be talking about the glorious weather we have for you this weekend. Spring has officially sprung by now. We're also going to be talking about on this day in weather history, the Easter edition. A lot of severe storms have moved their way through on Easter Sunday. Now, granted, on different days because Easter is on a different day. But we'll talk about that as we get into the show later on. And we'll also be talking about March Madness with March coming to a close. How's this month's climatology? All that and more tonight on FSU Weather.
That's right. Good evening and welcome to your Friday edition of FSU Weather.
Whoop, whoop,
Friday.
Friday.
It's about to be April. What do you think?
Well, I mean, April 1st is April Fool's Day, so that's going to be a fun time. Any fun pranks planned?
Oh, not for me. One time I had a bad experience playing a prank on my mom, and you will not catch me playing any pranks again after that.
I got to come up with something good. I haven't come up with anything yet. We'll figure it out as the day goes.
Yeah, but, you know, we've had some nice weather here today in Tallahassee. What do you think about that?
I mean, this weather has not been an April Fool's Day joke. It's glorious outside. As you saw with that Doak Campbell Skycam, and you'll see with a few of our other cameras, just how nice of a day it is. 70 degrees, slight breeze, plenty of people out at the pool today. Just a great day around the state of Florida.
Especially it's a little bit drier than we're used to, so that's really helping to bolster those pleasant conditions that we're having here.
Mm-hmm. So let's take a look outside. Or actually, I mean, it's a pretty nice day. Let's take a look outside.
Yeah, so we've got our cameras, area cameras, Tallahassee, Thomasville, St. Mark's, and St. George, all looking absolutely stunning. Still blue skies into the area. We've even got a bit of sunshine peeking through in Thomasville. But heading into our current temperatures, again, across the region, we're seeing temps mainly in the lower 70s, even reaching 68 in Apalachicola, but nothing too crazy. Generally pleasant conditions, even reaching 70 in Valdosta. Current winds, again, nothing too crazy to look about, but we've got 3 miles per hour here in Tallahassee with some slightly stronger winds up in South Georgia in Donaldsonville and Bainbridge at 6 and 5 miles per hour. But again, also by the coast, St. Mark's and Apalachicola have got that sea breeze, bringing those winds into inland and making for some breezes. And like I said over on the desk, we've got some lower dew points than we've been used to, sitting around 30s and 40s for our dew points with some more brown areas, more inland with some more humid conditions towards the coast. But again, that's helping to give us those really nice conditions that, you know, just made today absolutely wonderful. Again, local radar absolutely clear, pleasant skies for really a great day. And you still have a chance to get outside and take a walk if you want to enjoy those outdoor times. And for our future satellite and radar, we're going to see a lot of those clouds push in throughout the next couple of days with some scattered showers early Sunday in the Big Bend over near Cross City. But no storms to worry about up until just about Wednesday. We'll take a look at that later. But if you're heading out tonight to hit the college town and maybe get out with some friends, I know I might be, it's going to get pretty chilly into the late morning hours, hitting 49 by 3 a.m. So definitely make sure you are probably wearing some jeans and got a little bit more layers going on so you don't get too cold into the morning. But tomorrow, if you want to get outside, enjoy that beautiful weather, maybe take a hike around 3 p.m. It's going to be 77 degrees. Absolutely gorgeous, and we've got such a range of temperatures tomorrow from 47 to 77, which honestly is really a big range, about 30-degree difference. So, you know, you really have your pick of what time you want to head out to go for that hike because it will be a great day all day long, especially if you're someone that likes to hike with some colder temperatures or if you like a bit more warmer sunshine. You know, any time of day, you have your pick of the litter. But if you need to walk your dog and hiking's not your thing, you know, again, really great conditions tomorrow. By 3 p.m. and 6, it's going to hit 80 degrees, but it's going to be a lot chillier in the early morning hours, so just make sure you are being wary of that. As for the week ahead, we're going to see those storms mainly hit us on Wednesday, but the rest of the week is looking absolutely gorgeous. But, you know, Aaron, let's take a look over at Florida.
That's right. So also looking really nice across much of the Sunshine State, except for our friends here across West Palm Beach, where they are sitting at 76 degrees with some dreary, cloudy skies here on the cam here. But elsewhere, Orlando, Panama City Beach, and over towards Fort Myers, really beautiful here as we're sitting in the 70s and 80s here across much of the state of Florida. Now, it's not where we see the cooler temperatures. It's not until you get over towards Pensacola here behind my shoulder, where it's 68 degrees currently there under really nice sunny conditions. And then down over towards Miami here, 76 at Miami International, and then 78 in Key West, Florida. For our current winds, they are pretty light and variable. I mean, in some areas you might see a little bit of a gust, especially if you're out on the coastline here. So West Palm Beach, Miami, up towards about Jacksonville might see winds about around 10 to 15 miles an hour or so, even over to Pensacola too, as we have high pressure off to the north. It's kind of giving a lot of this clockwise swirl around the state of Florida. Now for our current dew points, also you may notice the really dry, nice conditions outside. And the reason why is we have a lot of moisture in the atmosphere as we have the air clearing out here, really nice outside here. So the more the moist air is over towards the southeastern tip of Florida here. So 50s indicates a little bit on the humid, not very humid, but a little bit on the humid side. And then over towards I-10 and over to I-75 here, sitting in the 30s, which is very dry air, especially for this time of year. And again, we want to make sure you enjoy it if you are a dry weather lover, as it won't last very long here. Now, for our Florida radar here, we also are seeing high and dry here this evening as we have no storms or no showers on radar, except perhaps a little blip there near Key West, but not too concerning. It's over the Florida Bay there, so it shouldn't be of a concern. And then also over towards the Atlantic, might see a couple little dotted showers, but overall very pleasant out there. So again, those continue overnight tonight. Might see a couple clouds come in overnight into tomorrow morning here. So overall, it should make for a really nice Saturday tomorrow, and then also into your Sunday as well. So really, the entire weekend's great. So if you have a chance, make sure to go outside this weekend. It is really nice. Perhaps take that hike or go for a swim. Should really be really nice out this weekend. Now for future temperatures here, we should expect those temperatures to drop down into the 40s over across much of North Florida, especially inland here. So 46 in Tallahassee, 48 in Gainesville. It's not until you get down to South Florida where you might see the 60s, even some 70s there near Key West. So definitely increasing here as we get towards the summer. And then tomorrow we lift back up, similar to today, up into the 70s here. So 78 in Tampa, 81 in Fort Myers, and 78 in Jacksonville. And as we go throughout tomorrow night and wake up on your Sunday, on your Easter Sunday morning here, should be primarily in the 60s here across Florida, and then into the 50s and 60s off to the north into the Panhandle. But overall, it should be really nice on your Easter Sunday with 80s across the board. Now, if you're going to Panama City, Florida, this weekend here should be really nice here with 70s across the board. So again, a really nice Easter Sunday. But let's take a look at the southeast with Matt.
Yeah, as we look at the southeast right now, Nashville is sitting at 73. Most of the southeast sitting in the mid-70s. Monroe just above 75. And as we continue to look here over in this area, you got Shreveport real close to 80, but everywhere else is looking just about mid-70s, so they're the outlier in this case. But everywhere is looking pretty good for this time of year. And as we go through, you can see the winds. Shreveport's getting some pretty high winds at 16, and New Orleans is seeing 12. Meanwhile, more interior-wise, Atlanta's got around 8, but it's moving in that clockwise rotation, as you can see, as it goes towards Little Rock and comes up towards Nashville. And then as we continue to look, just as Aaron pointed out excellently, you can see it's very dry on the interior, a little bit more humid as you go more west towards Little Rock and Shreveport, but it's still not that high. It's looking real nice right now. As we continue to look, as we look at the radar right now, you're looking pretty much there's nothing out there. There's not a lot of clouds, maybe a couple of stray showers out to the west, but not that much going on. And as we look for future radar tonight, there's going to be some clouds moving in, but as you can see, there's not a lot of storms, and it's looking really good for this weekend, especially as we go into Sunday with Easter, just a bunch of cloud coverage out to the west, but not much back here. And if we look back at the southeast as the temperatures change, we're going to get up into those 50s and 40s tomorrow morning, and Shreveport will be the highest at 60, as well as New Orleans. And as far north as Charlotte, it will be 47. And as we continue to look, as we go into Saturday night, and as you can see, it's 82 and 78 in Montgomery, but some places as far north as Charlotte, it's going to be looking at 76, a little bit more cloudy out west, but looking really nice for this weekend for your outdoor plans. And as we go into Easter morning, it's going to look really nice, feel good in the morning at 60s, 50 in Montgomery. It's going to look very nice, good day to be outside, great day for a church service. And as we continue to go through, we're going to warm into the 80s overall. Little Rock will be 75, but looking pretty good. And as we continue to go here, you're going to see Saturday 78, Sunday 82, and Monday 83, looking real nice to be outside in Charlotte. As we go to Nashville, you're going to be looking pretty good as well. Some showers maybe Monday, but not much going on. And then as we go to Birmingham, looking real nice as well. Maybe a little bit more showers towards Monday, and we go towards Tuesday, but looking real nice, lower 80s and upper 50s and some 60s for the lows. And as we go to Monroe, it's going to look really nice, some clouds outside, upper 80s. Monday looks like an outlier at 85, but overall it's going to look real nice for your weekend plans, for the start of the week next week. It's going to look great overall. And as we look to it, what is the national weather going to look like for us, Ryan?
Yeah, I think the National is going to be a little bit of an interesting look. But you know what's in Monroe, Louisiana? Duck Dynasty headquarters. Maybe it's just me being a little fun, but really the National, we've got quite the difference as seen by the temperature map. You can really see how the Rockies are playing into the forecast. We've got 45 in Denver. We've got 43 in Rapid City, heading further out west, 54 over in Seattle, 47 and a little bit of rain in San Francisco. But as we work our way further east, we've got some wind over the plains, 76 in Dallas, 74 in Oklahoma City. Chicago is sitting at 46 degrees. And then as Matthew was mentioning, down south, plenty of sunshine, pocket full of sunshine really, and actually maybe even walking on some sunshine. Up in the East Coast, we got warmer temperatures, 46 degrees over in New York City, 41 in Boston, a little bit of a breeze going on over there. And really just a great time to be out and about, especially as you work your way further to the east. We do have a couple things to keep an eye on when it comes to watches and warnings, however. We've noticed a lot of rainfall over in California, so we've got winter storm warning with that. We've got wind advisories. We've also got some fire weather warnings, mentioned a lot of wind over the plains, so we want to keep our eye on that for any fires that may develop. And then winter weather advisory all the way up in Maine, believe it or not. So quite the different outlook for the National. We've got this low pressure system working its way into San Francisco, just north of Los Angeles, is bringing rain to the I-5 corridor, up into Oregon, parts of them also seeing some rain. And this low pressure system or this cold front that's kind of working its way across Rapid City. Then as we look our way further to the east, we've got this system that's working its way off the coast finally, canceled the Phillies game yesterday, canceled the Mets game, but kind of had some impacts there. But then as we get our way further to the south, high pressure dominating, plenty of sunshine, plenty of clear skies. Hopefully we get that for the eclipse here in about a little over a week. Latest long-range models, though, showing some clouds working their way in. Clouds will start to work their way in by Sunday, but I would say if you're kind of south of Nebraska and east of Texas, you're going to be looking at some pretty good weather for your Easter Sunday. Snow going to be working its way into parts of Montana, and then also some rainfall coming down in parts of Arizona and New Mexico for your Easter Sunday. And as we look at the rainfall forecast for the next few days, we'll have to keep an eye on parts of California as they start to see in spots over 1.5 inches of rain. Definitely going to be a lot of rainfall for them. Also parts across the Midwest, Iowa, Missouri, Illinois, Ohio getting in on the rainfall action, as well as Virginia getting in on some of that rainfall action. So for flooding risk, we're going to be keeping an eye for today on parts of Maine, as well as Southern California under a slight risk. Tomorrow, that threat for California shifts a little further south, so just want to keep an eye on that. As you go out and about in California, keep in mind that there are going to be some heavier showers. Overnight tonight, it's going to be cool up in the upper northwest and Midwest, staying warm, 46 degrees overnight in Tallahassee, 77 down in Miami, warming up nicely tomorrow. By sunset tomorrow, 51 degrees over in Boston, 58 in New York City, 66 in Kansas City, 53 in Salt Lake City. And then waking up on Easter morning, plenty of sunshine off to the east, cooler temperatures off to the west, maybe bring some keep you warm as you head off to those church services. But by the end of the day on Easter Sunday, going to be some rain snow mix in Billings, Montana. Bismarck also getting in on that. But for the most part, again, south and east, it's going to be plenty of good weather. So over in Boston this weekend, some wind, 54 degrees for your Saturday and Sunday, 52 on your Monday. No rainfall to deal with. Over in Chicago, we are going to be dealing with some of that rainfall come Sunday and Monday, 45 degrees for your high, and then 48 degrees come Sunday. Over in Houston, Texas, no rainfall to deal with. Plenty of sunshine for your Saturday, 82 degrees, getting up to 84 degrees by Monday. And then taking a look at San Francisco as well, plenty of sunshine, 61 degrees for Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Just keep an eye on that heightened rain chance. But Matt, the airport, how's that dealing with all these crazy kind of weather setups?
I mean, it's looking really good right now. If you look across at the airports we're looking pretty good. I mean, no delays right now. Weather's looking really good. So we're going to look really good if you're looking to travel for Easter this time of year. And as we look back home at TLH, you're going to see that really nice outside at 73 degrees, not a cloud in sight, and no delays, which is great if you're looking to travel this weekend back home. And as we go into tonight, no delays expected. You're going to look at the low 50s for temperatures, but it's going to be nice and clear. Great night if you're going to look outside of the stars. As we continue to move through tomorrow morning, mid 40s, but no delays. So it's going to be a great day again to travel this weekend if you need to. And as we go into Good Friday service, you're going to see, lower 60s, mid 70s for most of tonight. But it's going to be looking real good if you're going outside to watch some March Madness games or you're going to a Good Friday service. And as we continue to go through this weekend, as we go through tomorrow, it's going to start in the mid 40s, and as we're going to warm up to the upper 70s, which is going to be real nice if you're looking to go outside for a picnic to watch some March Madness, do some sports or an Easter egg hunt this weekend. It's going to be absolutely phenomenal. And if you're going to the softball game tomorrow at noon, it's going to start out at 71 and heat up just a little bit to around the mid 70s, but it's going to be a great day. Bring some sunblock as it will still be sunny even with those clouds. And if you're going to the baseball game tomorrow, which I know I might attend, it's going to be looking at the upper 70s with a little bit of clouds. You're going to want that sunblock as well, as our FSU Noles will be taking on Louisville. It's going to be a great game. And as we continue into the Sunday church forecast, we're going to start out in the 50s, but you can see as we go to 11 a.m., it's going to jump all the way up close to 70. So you might want to wear those shorts and t-shirt, that nice Easter colors, but might want that jacket as you walk out the door in the morning. And as we continue to look at our forecast for Easter, it's going to look absolutely fantastic. Mid 70s with a little bit of clouds, just absolutely fantastic weather for any of your Easter egg hunts or any activities you have with your family. And as we continue to go through this weekend, as we look at tomorrow, or Easter afternoon, my bad, it's going to be great for the Easter egg hunt. It's going to be upper 70s, and as we go into the nighttime hours, it's going to drop down into the lower 70s. It's going to be a great time to go find those eggs, to have fun with your family. And as we go into the weekend here, it's going to be absolutely fantastic for baseball and softball tomorrow as we're going to get into the upper 70s. And on Sunday, we're going to get just about 80, perfect for those Easter egg hunts and any other activities you have outside. As we go in towards Monday, it's going to also get into the upper 80s, and it's going to look absolutely fantastic. And as we continue to look at this weekend, there's so many great things to do outside. There's so many great activities to do with Easter egg hunts or picnics. What do you have in mind, Aaron?
Well, I know tomorrow we're actually going out to the baseball game, so maybe I'll see you there then. But it should be good. But of course, we'll actually change gears here to talk about, of course, actually significant weather events that have actually occurred here on Easter. So as we go on to the next segment here, so stormy Easter Sundays here. So back in March 23rd of 1913, one tornado tore through Omaha, Nebraska, killing 94 people.
Oh, yikes. You hate to have that happen on such a fun holiday.
That's right. And on April 3rd, 1998 here, 1988, excuse me, 114-mile-per-hour gust was recorded in a severe storm over Ann Arbor. So again, very, very gusty, very, very windy on that day.
Yeah, that must have been a terrible day with that amount of gusts on a time when it's supposed to be a happy time to find Easter eggs, and this time of year where it's just the perfect weather. It must have been real tough, especially for those kids trying to find those Easter eggs, man. They must have been blown away to a different town.
Yeah, perhaps, but it was, of course, not too recently, or not too long ago, I should say, back April 12th and 13th of 2020, We actually had 141 tornadoes drop in the southeast, killing 30 people, unfortunately. It's just a travesty of what happened here not too long ago. Just again to show you that we're in spring and full-blown severe season.
Yeah, and it's just a great reminder that it doesn't matter what time the season is, there can always be severe weather that causes problems, and the weather does not like our schedules and just happens. So it's always good to be prepared and understand how to deal with severe weather.
That's right. Keep up with us, of course, with the latest as well, on any event that may come in the future. But kind of changing gears here to wintry Easter Sundays. So on April 1st, 1923, cold air actually invaded the United States with temperatures of near minus 34 in Michigan and 16 in Georgia. 16 in Georgia.
Jeez.
That is mind-blowing.
I have some cousins who live there, and I know they do not like that cold weather. That must have it's just been terrible for the people at that time.
And Georgia's not too far away from here, so it's what, 20s in Tallahassee maybe? I'm just kind of ballparking it, but...
Jeez, that must have been absolutely rough weather for people living in Florida who hate the cold, and it's probably around freezing here. That must have just been terrible to be outside for.
That's right, but luckily we don't have that this weekend. But on April 16th, 1933, we had the Franklin Lake, New Hampshire, was buried under 35 inches of snow. That's a lot of snow.
That's a lot of snow. That just couldn't have been pretty for anyone up there trying to have great Easter plans. It must have just ruined it completely.
That's right. Like imagine you got out the door and 3.5 feet of snow there. So, however, on April 12th, 2020, we had a snowstorm that dumped up to 10 inches of snow in parts of the upper Midwest.
Must have just not been pretty. And in 1976, there was a heat wave that struck the Northeast with highs in the 90s in Pennsylvania, and they do not do well with that heat. As well as 10 years later in the 87, 40 records broke in central U.S. as high reached 80s and 90s. And as we went into 1989 in March, 12 records broke in the central U.S. as highs reached the 80s. Jeez, that's just, wow, that's incredible. So what do we got going on, Aaron, in Florida?
That's right. So we'll actually kind of change gears over to the climatology here as we, of course, we're going to talk about the weather here over the upcoming few days or so. Nowhere near 90, so that's a good start at least for Easter Sunday, right? But overall, we'll actually look back at the past 31 days here to kind of talk about what the weather has been like. However, if you look down at the below normal and above average columns, we are 16 days above average here over the past 31 days. So about half of all days have been above average, about 9 near normal, and then 5 below normal. So again, we've been on the more higher side of things, especially back on March 15th over spring break. 87 degrees. I was in Tallahassee here, but I know in Tampa it was definitely warm as well. But 87 degrees, that is a scorcher here. We won't get anywhere near that this weekend, fortunately. So temperature almanac for today, we did hit 76 degrees as our high temperature at the airport. Our low was from 41 at the airport as well, so probably in the middle 40s here, at least downtown. Average is around 77 to 51, so relatively close to average, especially for our high temperature. Low temperature might have been a little bit below average. And again, we're not going to be anywhere near 89 set back in 07 or 32 set back in 1955. Now, if you're kind of wanting to look about like where we're at specifically on the seasonal directory here as you make your way over the next several seasons, I should say several months or so into the summer here, we actually hit spring here according to our directory here. So from now on, we should pretty much expect not a lot of cooler weather. So again, any kind of cooler weather we may have from now on, and make sure to enjoy it while it lasts, as we will eventually be going towards the center of the sun here as we get towards actual fall here. Now, for our future maximum temperatures here, anomalies, we have a lot more above average temperatures across the southeast here. And what that'll do is that indicates a ridge is going to set up over the southeastern United States until eventually we will have a trough come in, dig it out as we get to your Thursday next week here. So might expect some around normal to around maybe slightly below normal temperatures as we get into about a week or so from now. This Climate Prediction Center here shows perhaps around normal to even slightly below normal chances, at least more favorability for below normal chances here of lower temperatures across our neck of the woods. But we have a big old U here that indicates we might have a lot more ridging that might go in effect here across the middle of the country. And then for our 8 to 10 day outlook here, warmer than average temperatures across eastern two-thirds of the United States here. Our March rainfall departure, we are also sitting pretty high and dry as we don't have a lot of, we had a lot of moisture come in, of course, and bring all that rainfall over the last several days or so. And for our drought monitor here, we are sitting drought-free here, maybe a little bit more of a droughty kind of a pattern here across New Mexico into El Paso, Texas. But overall, we are sitting really nice here across the southeast with no drought in sight. However, for our Climate Prediction Center 8 to 10 day outlook here, or 8 to 14 day outlook, I should say, should also remain pretty dry. But how are things looking closer to home, Priscilla?
Yeah, they're a little bit dry, but definitely not as dry as the rest of the country that we saw briefly. Current temps are generally sitting around the mid 70s, lower 70s, even dipping towards 68 in Apalachicola, but nothing too crazy. Comfortable conditions, a great weekend ahead, so definitely keep your hopes up because it will be a wonderful weekend. We've got some slight winds currently, mostly affecting the coast, Apalachicola and St. Mark's at 9 miles per hour and 8 miles per hour, but generally around the inland areas, Tallahassee Metro is at 3 miles per hour, so not too breezy, but still comfortable. And again, those low dew points are generally in the 30s and 40s, even Donaldsonville reaching 27, which is kind of crazy. And honestly, I was not expecting this for us, considering that we're now in the swing of spring, if you will. But again, around the coast, a little bit more moist, 44-degree dew point in Apalachicola. Local radar, again, absolutely dry. Great day, love it. Not even a little scatter of a shower to be seen. Future satellite and radar, however, tells a different story just a little bit. A couple of clouds working their way in Saturday and into Sunday, and a couple sprinkles of a shower towards Cross City and Lake City, but won't affect us too much, and that's not really our real rainmaker that we're going to see heading into Monday. Friday night, if you want to get out, it's going to be a gorgeous night, mostly clear, maybe a couple of clouds in the sky, but it's going to be 45 degrees and with some calm winds, so really great day to get out, enjoy the nice college experience that you have, a wonderful Friday night to, get out with your friends and enjoy these wonderful conditions that we are having. Saturday, once you're heading out the door, it's going to be a great day tomorrow, but very chilly in the morning. Look at those jumps, 47 at 8 a.m., all the way to 78 at 4 p.m. So definitely be wary of that, especially if you have any early morning plans or if you're trying to, get outside. Maybe if you want to go to the pool, definitely wait to leave until the afternoon hours because it will be quite chilly in the morning. However, if you're going to get out tomorrow night, 50 degrees, again, similar story to today, just a little bit warmer. So if maybe tonight is a bit too cold for you, perhaps you should go out tomorrow night instead and enjoy the weather. Sunday, if you're studying for Synoptic 2 or maybe a differential equations exam like I'll be, it's going to be 80 degrees. So maybe, take your books out to Landis and enjoy that outdoor weather while we can. Week ahead, absolutely gorgeous. Wednesday, that's when we're going to see those rains come into our area, and that's going to be our big rainmaker. But generally, we're seeing lows in the 60s and dipping into the 50s occasionally with some 48s sprinkled around there. But generally, sunshine to go around as well as some clouds. But, I'm excited for this weekend. How about you, Ryan?
Yeah, I'm excited. It's going to be a good weekend. I got my parents coming up. It's going to be Easter, so it's going to be a good time all around. Get out and about, definitely. It's going to be one of those weekends where if you don't get outside, what were you doing with your weekend?
That's so true, yeah. I know for myself, I'm definitely going to be hitting Landis on Sunday, making sure to study for my exams that I have next week. Do you have a lot of exams coming up?
I don't think so. I haven't kept track yet. I don't think I have any exams. I don't think. Until I get to class Monday and it's like the professor starts handing it out. And I'm like,
yeah.
Oops.
Yeah, definitely check on that, especially if you're trying to enjoy this nice weather we have. You can't let your studies fall behind because we are in spring forward.
Yep, we're getting closer and closer, inching our way closer and closer to the end of the semester. So we're getting close.
Yeah, that's for sure. We got about 4 weeks-ish.
Are you excited for graduation? Almost done?
I'm not graduating.
You're not? I thought you were.
No, I got 1 more year left. I'll still be here.
My bad. I thought you were. My bad. But follow us on Twitter, twitter.com/FSU Weather.
And make sure to like us on Facebook at facebook.com/FSU Weather.
Like us on, or follow us on YouTube, subscribe. We're live every weeknight at 6 o'clock.
And make sure to follow us on Instagram at FSU Weather and send us your pictures as well as TikTok as well.
Yeah, and one last look at our 7-day forecast. What if forecast we have in store, right? 78 degrees for your Saturday. We got baseball, we got softball. Get out and about, enjoy that day. Sunday, Easter Sunday as well. If you're getting out early for the sunrise service, a little cool, 54 degrees to start, but we're gonna be warming up nicely, up to 80 degrees by your Sunday. Monday also, nice and pretty, 82 degrees. By Tuesday, that's when we're going to start to kind of keep our next eye on the rain chances. By Wednesday, 60% coverage of showers and storms, 76 degrees. But then on the backside of that, it's going to be nice and comfortable again, nice and plenty of sunshine, 72 degrees on Thursday. And then by Friday, 74 degrees, low rain chance, absolutely glorious week ahead. Take out Wednesday. All right, I hope you have a great rest of the night, a great rest of your weekend. This has been student meteorologist Ryan Stigren. Have a great night, and we'll see you on Monday.